Hey guys, it's Dr. Price. Welcome to today's video blog. I'm shooting it a little bit differently today because I want to kind of emphasize the importance about what I'm going to be talking about. The blog that I shot a couple days ago, we were talking about headaches and talking about the different causes. And I got an actual comment from a friend of mine, a real good friend of mine that I was friends with in high school, and he's actually an emergency room nurse over in Jacksonville, and he wanted me to remind everybody about the importance of the signs and symptoms of stroke. And so Bill, this is for you, and we missed you when we all got together. Hopefully you can get together for the cruise next year, but hope you're doing well. Hope the family had a great holiday season, and we need to talk soon. But anyway, so one of the concerns that we have with headaches is that it could indicate something more severe. Obviously, this is in a very important area. You've got the brain, and you've got all these different things in there that are organically very critical. So I want to talk specifically today about stroke because it's really important. And as the commercials on TV say, time lost is brain lost. So if you start having any of the symptoms that I'm about to talk about, you really want to make sure that you get checked out immediately, because the longer that this goes on, the more damage that you have that may be irreversible. So there's a couple areas that you can think about. We'll start off with your head, okay? So as far as your head is concerned, the symptoms that we look for with the head are things like, number one, headache. And it's not your normal headache. It's a headache like you've never had before, or that's more intense than you've ever had before, and it just doesn't go away. They can be, very, very representative or indicative of something going on. It could be very important. It could be a stroke, or it could be something more important, or not more important, but just as dangerous, like I talked about the other day. I've had a couple patients that over the years, one ended up having leukemia, and the other one ended up having a brain tumor. So there are different things that can cause severe headaches that you don't usually have and that don't go away. And that's a big red flag. If you come in for an adjustment and I adjust you a couple times and, your headache is not resolved at all, and you're coming in and you're holding your head like this and everything, then, you're going to go get checked out. We're going to make sure that everything's okay. And sometimes we find things that are not okay. Most of the time it is, but it's always good to do your due diligence. So with your head, you worry about headaches. With your eyes, it's very important if you start noticing that you're having blurry vision or double vision, or if your vision starts to go black or anything along those lines. That could indicate something severe like a stroke. So with your eyes, again, blurry vision, double vision, blackening of the vision, or any kind of visual disturbance that is something that's totally abnormal for you, you really want to get that checked out. With your ears, if you start having a lot of dizziness, or not to make everybody freak out, dizziness can also be a simple case of vertigo or something along those lines. But if you're having, a sudden onset of dizziness where you're having a hard time walking, and your gait or your walking pattern is totally off balance, and you're just really having struggles with that, or if you have auditory disturbances where you're having a hard time hearing, then those are things that you want to get checked out. Okay, so you got head, you got the headaches. The eyes, you've got blurred vision, double vision, blackened vision, or visual changes that are significant. Ears, if your balance is off and you're having a hard time walking, or if you have oral auditory changes where you can't hear very well. Your throat, if you start having difficulty swallowing, that is something that can be a concern. Okay, so if you all of a sudden notice that you're having difficulty swallowing, that could be an issue that would warrant getting checked out. If you notice numbness and tingling on one side of the body, in the arms or in the legs, or if you notice weakness in the arm or loss of function in one side of the body, that is very, very significant, and you want to get that checked out. Okay, so these are a lot of the warning signs that can come with a stroke. And again, do not mess around with these symptoms. If you're having these symptoms, get yourself checked immediately, because if you are having a stroke, or what's called a transient ischemic attack, or a TIA, if you can get immediate care and then get that taken care of, you can minimize the damage that occurs in your body. So it's very, very important. Now, one thing when you're up in the head area, you may notice a drooping in the face on one side versus the other. That could indicate that there's some kind of a blood occlusion or a stroke going on. one of the things that you can do is you can look in the mirror and you can smile, or you can frown, or you can puff your cheeks out, or you can stick your tongue out. Different things like that. And if you notice, like if you smile, that one side doesn't go up. Like if you're smiling kind of crooked. Or if you're frowning and maybe the frown doesn't move equally on both sides. Now the frown's a little more difficult because you'll have a little bit of a droop anyway, so it's a little bit more difficult. But you'll notice a change in the movement and change in the way you feel. When you stick your tongue out, if your tongue goes off to one side versus the other, these are different things. Those are actually testing your cranial nerves. So if you get in there and you notice some changes with any of these little things, you may really find some significant, if you find a significant change in there, it's something to be very, very concerned about. Okay, so again, brain lost is time lost. If you have any of this, or if you notice your smile's uneven or anything, your tongue deviates, or anything that I've discussed in this video, get yourself checked. Please don't mess with this. This is not something that is worth being tough about. You know, it may cost you a little bit of money to go get checked out, but you're probably going to save a lot of function and a lot of future heartache. So anyway, I hope this helps. I hope this information is valuable. Tomorrow we'll talk about some other causes of headaches and some possible treatments of headaches, you know, and get into what you actually do if you are suffering from these symptoms. But today I wanted to really focus on the stroke issue. And you know, as always, my goal for everybody is that we all take control of our health before our health takes control of us. And everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time. This is my professionalism. I am my remote control. I'm still real high tech here. Anyway, have a great day.